Hello guys, how are you all today? I'm fantastic. Sorry for that random musical interruption. You guys been asking me to do a hard bass, and I just wanted to show you that I basically not really good at hard bass, but if you still think I should go for it, let me know. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about Slovenians and Slovaks. It's a video I've wanted to do for, well, since I created this channel really, but I never really did. I don't know why I never did it. But whatever, here I am doing this video. Now this is not going to be your typical Slovenia is not Slovakia or the opposite video. It's going to be more like, why are there so many similarities between the two countries, and are Slovenians and Slovaks in any way connected? Now Slovenia and Slovakia get confused quite a lot. I know, shocking, right? It doesn't personally bother me when an American, for example, would mix the two, considering they are in relatively similar region with relatively similar size, population, and also flag is very similar. In fact, also in history, they've both been part of something. Slovenia has been a part of Yugoslavia, and Slovakia has been a part of Czechoslovakia. So, as I said, it doesn't personally bother me. I'm well aware they are in many ways similar, but when I see someone from West Europe unable to distinguish the two countries, I'm a bit, well, you know, I ask myself about their educational system. Other than that, I like Slovakia quite a lot, and I'm not in any way offended if people make the mistake. But let's go into it a bit. Alright, why Slovenia and Slovakia have such a similar name? Well, both countries didn't adopt tribal names. That's really it. For example, Poland is Poland because they have adopted the biggest regional tribe's name, Polans. So Slovenia and Slovakia derive from word Slav, or in Slavic Slovian. So it's kinda means the land where Slavs live. It's very simple and in my opinion pretty cool. High five, Slovaci. So that's the name, alright? So we are basically Slavs. So if we go into the flag, like the white, blue and red are Pan-Slavic colors and are, as you might as well know, very common, and you can see them in most of Slavic countries' flags. Now Slovenian coat of arms symbolizes the Triglav, which is the highest mountain peak in Slovenia. The 3 stars symbolize the 3 Celje counts, and the sea obviously, because, you know, we have like 47 kilometers of shore, baby. For Slovakia, it's white cross that symbolizes, I guess, Muslims not welcome. Just fucking with you. It symbolizes the Christian faith, and there are 3 mountain ranges, Tatra, Fatra and Matra. Didn't make that up, they are actually called Tatra, Fatra, Matra. So there you go, you've learned something new today. So now we've got to know a little bit about those two beautiful countries. Are they in any way connected? Well, let's take a quick look into the history. So it's the year of 631. Bang! Samos Empire is created. Samos Empire was the first Slavic state or tribal union that was established by King Samo, obviously. Moravia and Nitravia, or Nitra, were the center of Samos Empire, but it also included Czech, Sorbian and some other West Slavic tribes along the river Danube. This is today's Austria, but in that time ancestors of modern Slovenians, or I should better say one of the ancestors of modern Slovenians, were populating these lands. Now by no means I'm trying to say Austrians stole anyone's lands. These lands were also populated by Germanic tribes before Slavs arrived, but anyways, my point being is that ancestors of modern Slovenians were kinda neighboring the ancestors of modern Czechs and Slovaks, and this is actually very important. This is the reason why Slovenians, although being separated from Czechs and Slovaks by border for over millennium, still have many things in common with them. Now, being both to Czech Republic and Slovakia, I did talk with few locals in Bratislava, Slovakia, and I can tell you that I understood them quite a lot. And that came as a surprise to me at the time, considering, you know, we are South Slavs, they are West Slavs, and we don't have common border with them, and also like Slovakian language has no impact on Slovenian society or language. For example, Serbo-Croatian does, because we've been in the same country with them and we go to Croatia for holidays and we listen to their music. But you know, we've never really had any interactions with Slovak language, and yet I could understand them a lot, so when I started to look into it, it all came out very clear. Slovenians and Slovaks in the past have been neighbors. Now I can't really say for sure that they were like the same tribe, or I mean, if we went really back, perhaps, but it doesn't even matter. We have been something like Bratislava and Nitra, 2 cities or 2 tribes with fairly similar everything. Now after a millennium things start to change, language changes, history has its own impact on everyone, but there are still many similarities. Let's take a look in common surnames in Slovenia and Slovakia. Now most common surname suffixes in Slovenia are ar, nik, ec. There are of course others, but I believe these are the most common ones. Even my last name, for example, is Močnik and it ends with Nik. So some common surnames from Slovenia would be Hočevar, Močnik and let's say Avsec. In Slovakia, I've seen many surnames that are identical to some Slovenian surnames or very similar. Kovač in Slovenian would be Kovač. Kralj in Slovenian would be Kralj, except written a little bit different. And then there are those that end with R. Maljar, Mečjar, Sklenar, Ribar, and then those that end with ik or nik. Banik, Černik, Čižnik, Hornik, Reznik, Slavik, and so on. So is it just a coincidence? I don't think so. Also, certain first names are similar. And if we take a look at the DNA haplogroups by country, we can also see that there are not as many differences. Take in mind that these two countries have been separated for over 1000 years. We can see that R1A gene is very similar, 41.538, and we can see that everything else is very close. So that's it, the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as I did making it. I do hope you learned a thing or two watching this, and if you did, make sure you click that like, subscribe, share and whatever, you know, button. Anyways, thank you for watching and bye bye.